Hey y'all, it's Grizz here at Windmill Farm in North Mississippi. Today we're going to fillet some crappie up that we caught yesterday, and then we're going to put them in the freezer bags to freeze up. So y'all come along with our little adventure of filleting up these crappie today, all right? All right, y'all. If y'all seen our video of us out fishing on the lake, y'all see that we had a fun time catching some crappie yesterday. Me and a friend of mine, Chris, went out and we decided to do some crappie fishing with a gentleman out of Grenada, and we had a blast. But we had a lot of big fish. If you see, we got several big crappie here. Now these are a day after. I had left these on ice all night long because by the time I got in last night, I just packed them down with ice because I was just too tired to do it last night and I didn't want to ruin stuff. But Kat brought up a good point. Some people might not know how to properly fillet. So I'm going to try to show you the best I can. I'm not no master at it. I'm just going to show you how I do it, and then we'll go from there. All right, y'all? First thing I do, especially if the fish have been sitting and they've gotten a little slimy on them, is I try to get that gill plate bent up to where I can get my finger in there and hold that fish good. Now the meat that's down in here is going to be on the bottom side of your rib cage. You'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. So we're not as interested in that as we should be. Come in here at an angle and slice down. Okay, that's your first slice. Then what we're going to do is we're going to turn the knife sideways. Now here where it gets a little hard, because what you got is you got a set of rib bones that come right around their, what is their intestinal area, okay? You've got to break through these rib bones going this way. But once I break through the back rib bone, you're gonna see how easy that knife slides, okay? Takes a little while. You're gonna mess a couple up. It's okay. I still mess some up even now. Okay, now that I'm through, see how I can I'm just pushing that knife. I'm not even moving it, okay? Now, once I get it there, I flip it over. Now, if you notice, there's a little bit of meat here, but that's up here where the ribs, because all the backbone and the ribs and everything on a fish go this way, okay? Once you get it here, I make a mark right in here next to the tail and I go down to the skin, but I don't cut through the skin, okay? Now I'm going to slide it forward like this. Come forward. Now you notice how you just left with skin there, okay? Let's get that out of the way. Now that we got this slab ready to go, see all these rib bones I was talking about in there, people? You can't really eat these. I know some folks who'll cook them up, pressure can them, and they're like a sardine at that point. You can. I personally don't. I come to that last rib. See that last rib right there? And I come in at an angle right there. Now, that gets thrown away, and that's your thing. Now, what you'll do when you get ready to fry it is you're going to cut it up with a chunk and the back slab. Now all you gotta do is just flip the fish over and you're gonna start this whole process over again, okay? Remember what I said, we're not worried about this meat down here, so we come at an angle. We try to get as much of the meat back here behind the head as we can. Now on this side it's a little harder, simply because, there we go, because you got nothing to press against like you did on the front side, okay? Once again, you're gonna turn your knife sideways up against that backbone. You're gonna try to start working it down against them rib bones, okay? Now, once you get through the rib bones, as you see, that's just a slide down. When I get it right there, I'm trying to do it nice and slow, and so I'm not going as fast as I normally should. Get right there. Well, if I get the other one out of the way, y'all, sorry. It's kind of hard to do this when you're trying to talk to people. And there you go. Once again, turn this sideways, go in above the rib bones right there, come down to that last rib, turn and cut. Once again, great meat, great meat. Now this is dog food or whatever you want to process it into. You can't feed the bones to your dogs like that, but that's how that's done, okay? I've got 4 more here I'm gonna do, and we're gonna get them done. Then we're gonna take this. As y'all see, I had already filleted several before y'all got out here. We're gonna take these in, wash them up, clean them up. I'll show you how we do that, and then we'll show you processing them into the bags. All right, y'all? Alrighty, y'all. Now that we got the fillets done, all we're gonna simply do, as I showed you out on the board earlier, we're gonna cut that in because that makes a perfect little frying piece when you put it in the fryer, and so does that, okay? So each one of them's gonna be like that. We're just gonna rinse it off, make sure it's good and clean. Now this is some of the bigger crappie, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back here, cut that, and then when you see that I've got 2 more of them like that, I'm gonna just cut it in half again, okay? Now that makes perfect little bite-sized, frying size stuff, okay?
You just cut along however big you want them. And then that makes it open at both ends. So your strip is right here. And that's where the heat comes in. So you've got to make sure you go over that strip enough that it's going to completely seal you back. This one has an open store and operate. Turn it all the way to operate. Your power light comes on. For this one, you hit seal. The light goes off. Come back down to open. And now you have a sealed edge. Tell me when on the fish pieces. Kind of flatten it out. Not really because you have to for the bag, but just for storage purpose. And then you've got this channel right here. And this is what sucks your air out. It's right next to your heating strip. So you're gonna actually take your open end and tuck in the channel. That's why you gotta have some headspace on your bag, just like your jars. Operate, except now you're gonna hit back.